share, subscribe, most of all, laugh, and support appreciation. Yes, we all have one or two supports or one or two staff members, and they need to be appreciated. It is very important. And a lot of businesses and companies have crumbled because owners were too self centered. They forgot that people are actually the one that are bringing in the profit. Asama ye kan ye tietia. Yes say. One more mo ye udwuma ye fo. One more mo boa pedi adwuma. As I said to baby a would down ase. A to se bia wo ye bibi. E di kire eni so a wo mo. Dear, salary is good because if the person is not on salary or a form of motivation, he or she wouldn't be where she is with you in the business. But that ain't it all. Politeness and courtesy. Yes, courteous speaking. Charity, they say, begins at home. What does that mean? It means that if you demand respect and politeness from someone, first show it. Deal with them on that level, on that polite level. How do you talk to your staff members? How do you talk to your staff? How do you talk to the bosses flaunting all over, commanding, disrespecting the people, especially when there are people there, talking to them as if he gives them oxygen or she gives them oxygen? My dear, I am telling you today, say, we are sad. It is very, very dishonorable to human beings. Yes, if you feel your staff member is too much and you can control him or her, sack him or find appropriate quarters and disciplinary actions to take him or her through. In this side of the world, we always want to show that we are the boss by our actions and speech. Obiara store ho anaasɛ obiara adwuma mu no ohu sɛ ɔne ne madam anaasɛ boss yere. Aden, wɔn a wɔwɔ hɔ no wɔn yɛ nipa. Wɔn ka ho na wɔn brɛ mfasoɔ. Nti ɛmfata sɛ wɔbɛkasa various ways that we can motivate our staff. I know that most of us are doing well. Sometimes we give in form of gift or something for their children. That is also a form of motivation. But then sometimes it's better when we have planned and for it to plan out well. I know a company that does this every 6 months. Either he or she increases their salary every 6 months, or there is a form of gifts he gives to almost everybody, depending on their category in the business. For example, maybe it could be gift items like clothes, like clothing, like accessories, like pay rise, all those forms. We have companies who are bigger. Maybe you own a hospital or you have your service provider like a telecommunication service provider, or you are an event organizer. You are kind of big. Maybe your staff strength is 20 people, 40 people, 30. Sometimes the motivation can come once in a year, but it is very important to plan it well. For example, there are companies that can even give as far as vacation packages. Yes, a vacation package. Maybe you are big, like I said already, you have a staff strength of 30, 40. You can find a way of partitioning your profit that the managers, the frontliners, maybe they are four. You are giving them a package to the Volta region to have a vacation, a weekend. Some staff are motivated, they are unstoppable. I'm telling you, they will give in their best, and you'll be surprised as how honest and unstoppable their best can be. Yɛwɔ kwan bi a yɛbɔ wɔn a yɛne wɔn di dwuma n'abaw so. Ebi wɔ hɔ a yɛyɛ n'akyɛdeɛ. Te sɛ ebi a wofa nneɛma wobɛtumi aka sɛ wonim. Mede ntareɛ anaa mpaboa anaa bag ɛɛbrɛ wɔn, anaa mede ma na ɔde ama wo ba anaa w'abusuani. ɛno nso yɛ akyɛdeɛ. Ebi so wɔ hɔ a ɔhyehyɛ bosom nsia biara ɛwɔ abasobɔ bi a ɔde ma ne workers. Ebi ɔbɛbɔ wɔn akatua ntom anaasɛ ebi ɔbɛkyɛ wɔn ntare anaa mpaboa. Te sɛ deɛ nnwom no ka no, yɛntwɛn bronya ansa yɛde yɛ biscuit anaa yɛ cake. Nti wo deɛ woda twɛn ara sɛ Easter bɛba anaa bronya anaa mo a modi birthday no ne birthday nya so ɛneɛ saa da no ɔyare nso a wobɛyɛ ne den. But ɛsɛ sɛ wohyehyɛ ama ɛyɛ mmera no na wapɛ akyɛde bi akyɛ no. Company bi wɔ hɔ a ɔmo so ebia ne workers bɛyɛ 40, 30 nti akyɛde no otumi boaboa no wonim. Mpanimfoɔ no a ɔmo di adwuma no anim no afei yɛde wɔn bɛkɔ bɛyɛ one weekend bi anaa wɔ ekuo bi a ɛyɛ fine wɔ ebi a yɛate Ɔboase, Kumase anaasɛ Kwawu bi na ɔmo akɔdi weekend. Na sɛnea woyɛ ma ɔmo wobɛgye wo yam abɔ saa ka no na wɔn ba a na wɔn nso yi wɔn akoma mu de yɛ adwuma no ma wo a adeɛ bɛyɛ wɔn. Alright, sometimes too we need to set a target to motivate our staff. Yes, especially for a small business. For example, you've just started a shop that you sell maybe clothing and accessories, and you found a help, one person. Then with time, you found that you need about 2 more hands. So you have about 3 people. So they come, they arrange goods, they attend to customers, they attend to other things, they do delivery. So you see that all of them are juggling the positions in helping the businesses. And at sight, sometimes you may not see the lazy bone within them, or sometimes they are not really, really motivated to give their best. So you can set target that, you know what, for this month, you are the one receiving the customers. You are the one on the front line. And we want you to do your best to translate into sales and profits. That target, he or she knows, comes with a reward or will be under some level of observation. So, as human as we are and instinctive and reasonable, he or she will put her best. You can also tell the other person, you are in charge of stock in the shop. So within this month, I'm expecting this level and that level, and you would see. So don't always assume traditionally, oh, my fa wejuma, wo ba ejuma no kwafo ye boa mo, oh, kwase nsuo fa dabi. Ma obia ne dabere anaasɛ ma obia dia ɛsɛsɛ ɔyɛ. Broni se target. Nti sɛ bosome so anada pɛ so na saa deɛ na ɛsɛsɛ ɔyɛ no nu ho a aketua ɔfata no na ebia wobɛte so anaasɛ ebia wobɛtwe na so bi nti nipa deɛ wodi dwuma hyɛ ne sa no hu sɛ eni ana bibi ɛwɔ ne ho a ɛhwɛ na ɛma ne yɛ bebree wo so a woyɛ adwuma wa no wakoma tɔ yam ɛna w'ani gye. Afei nso ɛsɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ nneɛma bi a yɛde si wɔ ɛma adwuma ni mu so ɛyɛ deɛ nipa tena mu a n'ani gye. Na wafi adwuma n'ase. Adwuma no wonni bebi kura nimpa brɛ kakra ɔbɛtena gye na home. Sɛ ebi aduane bi kura na staff na atɔ a wɔn mu ni bebi kura ɔmɛtumi atena edidi menka sɛ by force kɔyɛ kitchen hyɛ wo office. But at least ebi a ɔtena entrance ne nkyɛn ho ana nti obi wɔ hɔ ɔtɔ aduane na ɛsɛ sɛ ɔkɔdi ɛwɔ bebi ɔtɔ no ɛne ɔde dɔnhwere mmienu ne du a wobɛsi dan no waka efi sɛ wɔn na wayɛ menka sɛ wonni sika kɔpɛ shop so nyantam sɛ Kingsway but sɛ ketewa po na wayɛ a fa hyɛ waso akyi sɛ yɛ nipa na wɔn yɛ adwuma sɛ nipa ne ho tɔ no a woso waso bɛdwo. Some of the downside if you don't motivate them enough. Let's look at some of these downsides. People can bad mouth you to your competitors. They will gossip, they will carry vital information to people who are already looking for your blood in the business line. For example, maybe you are in the CBD or the Central District Business District. You have a collection of shops or whatever you're dealing it. in their collection of them in the area, you don't treat your workers well, but other shops do well, they will start bad mouthing you to your competitors. Soon, if they don't poach them, by the time you get to here and fire them, they would have destroyed you. Fantini will say, Bubro. Ɛyɛ kae sɛ wɔn yɛ nnipa. Nti nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ na wontumi koraa a, ɛne wɔn ntena ho nsusu ho. Ebia na wɔn bɛte w'ase. I once worked with a private company, and what the bosses did or the administrator did was that they told us that they couldn't afford SNIT, the full package of SNIT for all of us. But the other incentive they would do for us, and that was one, if any of us needed money for rent or money for renewal of their rent, they would give a loan at no cost, no zero increment or interest. And also, when any of us was ill or our children was, they could also help halfway with the medication and the hospital bills. So this was so good for those of us who were young at that time. We were in our late 20s, some of them were in their mid 20s, and we all had issues with rent in Obibeka in this Accra here. So it was good to us. So sometimes you can go halfway with your staff if you are incapacitated in fully rewarding them or motivating them. But don't stay behind bad management and assume that they should toe your line because you are paying them. The next thing too is we rendering certain services to them that will also encourage them. And when you fall short of that area, they can also take you on. For example, maybe you own a salon. Your staff have never enjoyed free service in your salon. They always have to pay. Why would you do that? Once a while, I'm not saying always, but once a while, maybe every 2 months or every 3 months, somebody can fix the hair or somebody can fix the nail. I mean, there's something in the service they should enjoy, but not you. You will take account of everything. You want to even calculate the amount of water in the barrel. My darling, the moment you are not there and you step out, you see the way mouse and cockroaches scramble for food? That is how they will use your ingredients and your goods and your equipment. Don't be so tight-fisted as a boss or a business owner. You are dealing with human beings. So sometimes too, we have reward for long service. There are people that have worked with people for so many years with no form of an outstanding reward. The person has been loyal, the person has been honest. There are some companies that maybe it demands their services on weekend. Sometimes somebody can even come on weekend with their children so that they can help you, assist you for free. I remember one relative had a driver when we were young. The man was with him for as long as we could remember, maybe 15 years or more. And with time, he gave him one of his car to start a taxi business. And that was a breakthrough for his personal driver. It was those times a car was a big deal. I'm talking about 20 years back. A car was a big deal then. And this was what the driver could never forget. He was so grateful in Accra that I won't mention the name. And this company was multi-faceted. They deal in what do you call? I think they even dealt in farming. They had shops. They had estates. They had facilities. They rented the shops and a whole lot. The man worked with them for this 17 years or 15 years. Because when we met the man, he was after 60. And he said he couldn't even remember when once the man or his wife came and said, you know what, we traveled abroad and we got the slippers for you. It was always their salary. And then when SSNIT cropped up, I think they managed to get them some, amount to, guide, coach them so many years of working with them. They just said, thank you. He would take Chocho to work and back, and he took it for that year. He even showed us a son. At that time, he was in the university, that he had him before he started the job and where he was. This is a very, very bad example. Obi wɔ hɔ a otumi ne obi yie adwuma bɛboro mfidu enum. Nipa kɔ na som ne yie, n'adwuma som ne bo, ɔboa ma n'adwuma ne tu mpɔn. Nti saa mfidudu na ɔde edi no kora kyerɛ no, ɛna egya, wontumi nyi bibi a som bo mfa nkyɛ no. Plot bi kora wotumi boa ne tɔ. Ɛdan bi kora wotumi boa no hae anaa tɔ. Wopɛ sɛ w'adwuma tu mpɔn. Ɛna wayɛ wo nsa saa no, wokasa kyerɛ workers anyhow. Ɛtoto wo nsa toto wo weight. Ɛso wopɛ sɛ w'adwuma no tu mpɔn. Ɛneɛ maame wobɛyɛ family and friends mo. Wobɛnya ne wo yere ne wo mma ayɛ. Anaa wobɛnya ne wo kunu ne wo mma ayɛ adwuma no. Na wo mma kɔ aborɔkyi bɛyɛ yie. Wo nko ara na afe biara wosesa wo kaa ne wo dan. Na deɛ ɔte ho a ɔpepa wo mpaboa ho, deɛ ɔnoa w'aduane, deɛ ɔsoa wo nneɛma, deɛ ɔka wo kaa, deɛ ɔwɔ wo business adwuma mu, deɛ ɔwɔ wo garage warehouse, wɔn deɛ wɔn mfata, wɔn betumi apira wo. My dear, do you get? Before everything, always think about the people that help support your business and how best you can motivate them so that they will give their best and help your business grow. No man is an island. We need each other. Thank you for your time. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share.